The most terrifying planet in the solar system is not Neptune, frozen below -200 degrees. It is not Venus, hidden beneath clouds of acid. It is Mercury, the blazing world closest to the Sun. A place where physics begins to feel strange. Here, the Sun can appear to move backward across the sky. A single day can last longer than an entire year. In some regions, you could watch the Sun rise, stop, fall, and rise again. It sounds impossible. Yet on Mercury, this is reality. Even more disturbing, beneath the surface hot enough to vaporize water, scientists have found ice, hidden in eternal darkness. For centuries, humanity observed Mercury without truly understanding it. But the strangest discovery was still ahead. Because this small planet is racing through space, dragging behind it a tail like a comet. When scientists began observing Mercury more closely, they noticed something unbelievable. Behind the planet stretched a faint golden trail, a tail reaching nearly 3.5 million kilometers into space. In the entire solar system, only comets are known to carry such tails. Yet Mercury is not a comet. So what was happening? Using specialized sodium filters, astronomers discovered that this ghostly trail was made of sodium atoms drifting into space. The source of these atoms was far more violent than anyone expected. Mercury is constantly bombarded by the solar wind, streams of high-speed particles blasting its surface every second. Each impact knocks tiny atoms loose, sweeping them away like dust. Over billions of years, this invisible storm has sculpted Mercury's comet-like tail. But Mercury's strangest secret is not its tail. It is what lies beneath the surface. This small planet is mostly metal, nearly 70% iron and nickel. In fact, Mercury is more like a giant iron sphere than a typical rocky world. Why would a planet form this way? Scientists believe Mercury once looked very different. In the early solar system, it may have suffered a catastrophic collision. A massive body slammed into the young planet at extreme speed, blasting away much of its rocky exterior. Trillions of tons of debris were scattered into space, while the dense metallic core remained. Over time, gravity pulled what was left back together. The result was the Mercury we see today, a planet shaped by destruction. Mercury's motion around the Sun is just as strange as its origin. The planet races through space at nearly 48 kilometers per second, faster than anything else in the solar system. A single orbit takes only 88 Earth days. Yet Mercury spins incredibly slowly. One rotation lasts 59 days. This unusual rhythm creates a remarkable effect. In certain regions, the Sun appears to rise, slow down, and stop. Then, unbelievably, it begins to move backward across the sky. For a brief time, the Sun seems to reverse its path before finally continuing forward again. Scientists call this phenomenon solar retrograde motion. On Mercury, even the passage of time can look uncertain. For centuries, Mercury remained one of the least understood planets in the solar system. From Earth, it hides close to the Sun, visible only briefly at dawn or dusk. Observing it clearly was always difficult. Reaching it was even harder. In 1974, humanity finally took its first close look. NASA's Mariner 10 spacecraft flew past Mercury and captured the first detailed images of this mysterious world. What scientists saw was shocking. Mercury's surface was covered in craters, countless scars from billions of years of impacts. It looked less like a planet and more like a battlefield frozen in time. Among these features was the Caloris Basin, over 1,500 kilometers wide, formed by a colossal impact nearly 4 billion years ago. The collision was powerful enough to reshape terrain across the planet. Yet Mariner 10 revealed only part of Mercury. More than half of the surface remained unseen. To uncover the full story, a new mission was needed. In 2004, NASA launched Messenger, a spacecraft built to orbit Mercury. Its journey lasted nearly 7 years. Using complex gravity assists to slow down and approach the planet. Finally, in 2011, Messenger entered orbit. For 4 years, it circled Mercury thousands of times, capturing over 200,000 images and mapping the planet in unprecedented detail. With every orbit, Mercury became clearer, its secrets slowly unfolding beneath Messenger's watchful cameras. At last, Mercury was no longer a blank world. Messenger's discoveries revealed one of Mercury's greatest paradoxes. In craters near the poles, hidden in permanent darkness, scientists found water ice. It was a stunning contradiction. A planet hot enough to melt metal was quietly preserving frozen reservoirs in its coldest shadows. Researchers believe this ice was delivered by ancient comets and trapped where sunlight never reaches. There, it remained frozen for billions of years. But Messenger's mission was coming to an end. On April 30, 2015, after years of exploration, the spacecraft ran out of fuel and began its final descent. It struck Mercury's surface, leaving behind a small crater and a lasting legacy. Yet the story of Mercury is far from over. In 2018, the joint European and Japanese mission Bepi Colombo was launched toward this enigmatic planet. Its arrival may reveal new images, new data, and new mysteries. Mercury reminds us that even the harshest worlds can still surprise us. And somewhere in the darkness, more answers are waiting.